Hello, my name is Jasmine Davis, and today I am going to be completing page 70 and 71 out of my Practical Critical Thinking book. 7 individual activities. Number 1, incomplete figure. Using the figure below, give yourself 5 minutes to create something fun from it. What comes to my mind when I think about this? Shape right here is like an elf's hat or like a gnome. I can't really remember how to draw a gnome right now, so I'm just gonna go with like a little elf. Alright, so it says, hello, my name is Elf Nande, and I created the elf's name after my elf on the shelf. So there's that. Oh, the title, okay, should have been right here. The title will be Elf on the Shelf. Okay, number 2 says divide the figure. Divide this figure into 4 equal parts that are the same size and shape. So I have a L-shaped. Here I break it down into smaller pieces. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I can get different colors to color this in real quick so I can explain. The 4 equal parts are the same size and shape. So this is the same size, 3 blocks each, and they're all L-shaped. So there we go. Okay, number 3, the candle problem. Using the materials on the table, a cardboard box of thumbtacks, matches, and a candle. Figure out how to attach the candle to the wall above the table so that the wax does not drip on the table. So this problem took me a while to figure out. First I thought, okay, you can't light it because there's no electrical igniter. And so I was thinking at the time, but I corrected myself now. At the time I was thinking, connect the candle by putting 3 tacks into the wall, using it as a shelf, and then have the candle laying out this way, just like it's laying, and then use this box to stand it up horizontally, just spill out the tacks, put them over here horizontally, and then the candle can go this way. But then I noticed, okay, these are matches, obviously, so it would still drip. So then I figured if I attach, the candle basically would be attached to the wall if I take the tacks out of the box and then elevate the box up right here and then tack the box onto the wall using like 4 tacks and then put the candle standing straight up and then light it. That way I'm using a cardboard box of thumbtacks, I'm using matches, a candle, and if I light the candle, it'll drip into the box, but it will still be attached to the wall above the table. So I think that is how to solve that problem. Alright, so now I'm going to be reviewing my answers for the Pacific Northwest Detectives Conference and the evidence that I've gathered from it. So number 1, DeCruz and Viana expected to meet someone. I put that is probably true but might be false. The evidence was there was a small notebook belonging to Viana. The note could have been from Viana to DeCruz, or it could have been from Viana to someone else. I say probably true, but might be false because at least Viana was expected to meet someone, but it could have been the crews that he was expected to meet. Number 2, the crews in Vienna expected to encounter some form of radiation. I put not enough evidence to make a determination. Number 2, the crews in Vienna expected to encounter some form of radiation. I put not enough evidence to make that determination, but I think I'm going to change my answer now as I'm reading it, because I'm going to change it to probably true but might be false, because we can't say for sure that it's true, but it could probably be true because they had lead masks on that were to protect them from radiation. They also wore rain jackets, which I would assume could give them some type of protection. I'm not really sure. But also they could be wearing a mask just for the purpose of using it for the mask signal that it talked about. So I'm just gonna say probably true but might be false. Number 3, the crews in Vienna were conducting an experiment. I put true because swallowing a capsule, to me that's already conducting an experiment. Along with that, they had radiation masks, an empty water bottle, 2 towels, a note with a time, location, and direction to swallow the capsule and protect metals. I'm not sure what the return ticket for the water bottle means. The random objects that were at the scene seemed like an experiment to me. They also had raincoats on to possibly protect themselves. So yeah, I would say true, they were conducting an experiment. Number 4, the crews in Vienna were in a violent fight with someone. I would say that's going to be false because there was no signs of violence on the bodies when they were found. Number 5, the crews in Vienna were murdered during a robbery. I put probably false but might be true, only because there could have been a robbery happening when they died. Number 6, the crews in Vienna intentionally killed themselves by ingesting the capsule. So the note, I put probably true but might be false because for sure we don't know for sure, so it cannot be just true. The note said to swallow the capsule, so if it said to swallow the capsule, that gives me the idea that, you know, they intentionally took the capsule, and their body showed that they died from their heart stopping. Maybe the capsules stopped their hearts. It's hard to determine because there was no toxology or autopsy that was done to rule out intentionally killing themselves by ingesting the capsule. Number 7, the crews in Vienna expected to meet aliens on Vintem Hill in Niterol. I put probably false but might be true. I assume aliens do not exist. So, but because I do not know for a fact that aliens do not exist, I have to leave room for the possibility that they might exist. Also, since other people witnessed the UFO and the bodies did not have any evidence that pointed towards the way they died, maybe aliens were there. It is a possibility that they expected to meet aliens there, but probably false but might be true. Number 8, the crews in Vienna were killed by aliens. The evidence is, I put probably false but maybe true because since other people witnessed the UFO at the location and around the time the bodies were found, plus there was no evidence that showed how they died, maybe the aliens used some powers to kill them. Section B, number 1 working hypothesis is the crews in Vienna killed themselves by ingesting capsules that made their hearts stop. Reasoning and evidence is that the men met each other on the grass where their bodies were found and ingested the capsules that caused their hearts to stop. And because there was a note that told somebody to take the pill, take the capsule, I believe that they killed themselves by ingesting the capsules. Number 3, what additional questions do you want answered and why? So some questions I have are, were the capsules found with their belongings or were they around them somewhere? Maybe they did not ingest them. And also, what is the return ticket for their water bottle for? I'm still not sure about. Also, what were the metals and where are the metals? For the last portion, see what probably happened to the crews in Vienna. So for the theory, number 1, met someone, I would say true because they could have met each other. And number 2, expect radiation, that's probably true. Number 3, conduct an experiment, true. Violent fight, false. Murdered, probably probably true but could be false. Murdered, probably false but might be true. Suicide, probably true but could be false. Met aliens, not enough evidence to make a determination. Killed by aliens, probably false but might be true. What probably happened? I think that they probably died from suicide. They conducted an experiment. They expected radiation. They met each other and then they ingested the capsules. The evidence is there was no evidence of meeting someone else. They had random objects, rain jackets, and a mask, but no signs of radiation. There was no signs of violence. There was no evidence of how they died except that their heart stopped. And at the time, there was a UFO, but there was no evidence of aliens. And that's going to complete this portion of my assignment. And that's going to complete this assignment.